Sepuloni.
Mr. Speaker, I want to start by acknowledging and endorsing all of the words spoken today by colleagues across the House. I particularly want to acknowledge the words of our colleague and orator and friend Penny Henare. I want to recognise the connection that Takutai Tarsh Kemp and Penny formed through some trying circumstances, but the dignified way in which that relationship was upheld. On that note, I also recognise our wider Māori caucus, for whom this loss is more personal and more deeply felt. Just over a year ago, we stood here in this House in shock, grieving the loss of our Samoan brother, Whaanana Efeso Collins. It is hard to fathom that we are here again, but this time grieving the loss of our Te Pātea Māori tuahine, Takutai Natasha Moana Kemp. To the whānau of our colleagues and our friends, we mourn with you and send you all of our alofa. On behalf of our leader Chris Hipkins, the Labour Caucus and the Labour Party, I want to recognise that Takutai Tarsh Kemp leaves a legacy of service that goes back much further than her time in Parliament. She served whānau, rangatahi, South Auckland, Māori and non-Māori. I'll never forget the first time I met Tash. It was at Manurewa Marae. She was a ball of energy, so grounded, so clear on the kaupapa, running the marae and the services they provide to the community like a fine-tuned machine. We all know the deal. So many leave the community frontline for politics to try and make systemic change, with the hope that by making that systemic change, the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff would be made redundant. The sadness that we all feel today for the loss of this wonderful woman is paired with a regret that given the health challenges she faced and the short time she served in this House, she didn't have the opportunity to do all we know she had the potential to do here. But we acknowledge that this fighter, this staunch mana wahine, over the course of her lifetime, got a lot done out there. I know my colleague, the Honourable Willie Jackson, will have more to say on Tash's contribution, having worked closely alongside her and others as urban Māori leaders. Across all political parties, the sense of loss will be genuinely felt today, but will not compare to that of Te Pāti Māori. Takutai Tash's extended whānau, Rawiri, Debbie, Maria Mino, Takutai, Hana, the President Don Tamahiri, the Executive, and all of your members, aroha nui kia koutou. Finally, we send our respect, condolences and love to Tash's blood whānau. No matter what anyone says or how this job may feel at times, being a politician doesn't even come a close second to being a daughter, a niece, a sister, a partner, a mother, an auntie and a grandmother. Moi mai rā, Takutai Tarsh Kemp. Moi mai rā.
Speak up, the Honourable Willie Jackson.
Comments from Carmel?
I just felt for me, I didn't really feel the essence of the aroha like I did in the others, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think she pointed out a lot about the legacy that she had left behind, but I didn't feel the warmth and the love from her genuinely.
Yeah. And for those who are wondering about the call, Laura was the one who made that at a production level before we went to do this on Friday.
I did, and there's good reason for it. David Seymour Treaty Principles Bill caused a lot of havoc in the Māori community, and I felt that allowing him to speak would only escalate tensions or would only, give platform to that type of vitriol that he's been putting out there. And this is not the time and place to do that. Same goes with Shane Jones, right? With what's happening with Ngāpuhi and all of those treaty settlements and stuff like that. This is not the time and the place. And unfortunately, because those two are so divisive or divisive, I felt it just wouldn't be appropriate considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
Great call, Laura. I really look up to you for making that decision.
Yeah.
It was a great decision to make.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't have gone at Skunnet, but I've also watched it, and it felt like, I'll be honest, if I break that down to clips to post later on, there'll be a whole heap of people who'll be negative commenting on Takutai Tarsh Kemp because they don't understand. So on this particular occasion, we've just killed that
and I don't want her
base.
And I don't want her family to come across like if her family came across and watched the videos and saw nasty comments about their mother or their grandmother or their aunt, I would feel horrible. I don't want, so I'm doing it for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we've had a spike of her footage, her speeches that we've covered on previous shows all spiked up the day she passed away. So we know, and it's probably because people have just Googled, tried to find something. Oh, here's something to watch.
Yep.
Because our view numbers for her clips went like tripled. Some of them tripled in that 24 hours, and considering some of them were dated back as far as February.
And I think even for me, I've learned a lot more about her too, and her legendary embrace of communities and rangatahi. Since she's passed away, I've been guilty of Googling too and finding out a lot of things I didn't know before. And so for me, I felt guilty in a way because I've gone, how could I not have known this incredible woman and what she's done for all of us? And in these spaces, especially as a South Auckland girl, because I'm a South Auckland girl, and everything that she's done. And it also made me think, who else don't I know as a diamond in the rough and they're shining humbly that I'm yet to find out?
Yeah, because really the only thing you know about her, like that's been pushed out by mainstream media, it was that little thing with the stats, right?
Yeah.
And everyone going haywire over there, and it turning out to be enough.
Over the census.
Yeah, the census. So it's like, okay, I just want to, considering that we're in
the positive things.
We want to highlight. Yeah, we want to make sure that her legacy has got positivity attached to it. Yeah. She has done good stuff.
And actually, she would have been one of the people, would have been leading when Manarewa Marae was known as the go-to place. If you're having issues with winds, was the go-to place to get advocacy support. And actually, remembering the time. So, this was all pre-COVID, but people were travelling from like Rotorua to get a fair shot.
Yep.
And Manarewa Marae was the one who used to looked after these people while they travelled to Auckland to get their fair shot.
To be fair, and I'm from the coast, so this is not me trying to play favourites, okay? Hini Pari is my marae out in Rangitokia and Ruatoria and Te Horo. But Manurewa Marae has been the matriarch or has been the flagship store for marae and hauora for a very, very long time. Very long time.
Yeah.